Hi, welcome to Plan with Tarryn. Thanks for joining me for this video. I am posting it a little bit late, but better late than never. For my March layout, I know a lot of people decided to go with sort of a spring theme, but I had already had my heart set on doing some patterns, so I did try to incorporate a little bit of floral look into the pattern, but as you'll see, most of my layout has nothing to do with spring and just more to do with patterns. I had a lot of fun working on this. I kind of got inspired watching somebody else make flowers very similar to this, and from there it just snowballed and I just wanted to do a whole layout of fun patterns. I don't know what it is about doodling patterns that I love so much. I find it far more satisfying than just drawing regular pictures or So for this next layout I still went with sort of that swirly theme, but this time there's no flowers, it's just a really fun layout. I kind of feel like this layout was missing something, so perhaps I should have just put the month's name on here or something. You can tell me what you think if it looks a little bit incomplete to you. I just went really random. I did plan this out ahead of time. I always plan my layouts out in pencil before I go over them with pen. I don't always follow my pencil plans, but I'm a little too scared to just go for it with pen, especially since I tend to change my mind a lot. For this layout, I did decide not to use any color. It's completely black and white, monochromatic. I thought about introducing maybe gray or silver, but I just didn't think it really went with my pattern theme. There is something just so satisfying about doodling. I sit in front of the TV and I do my pencil layouts. I feel like I need to keep my hands busy while I'm watching TV, otherwise I get really restless and I can't really stay focused. So last month I just did, if you've seen last month's layout, I did my month chart a little bit different, and so this month I decided to go with a more traditional calendar. March to Life Like You Mean It is not really a quote I got from anywhere. I just sort of made it up because I have a lot of projects on the go and little businesses I'm working on, so it kind of felt like a good way to remind me to sort of hustle. My to-do list is awesome. I love to-do lists, and it's really nice having a nice master one in one place. It's sort of like a goal page too in a way, because I love marking stuff off on this page. It really helps to drive me to get some stuff done. So it's just like a very more specific goal page. It's so satisfying putting a tick mark next to the completed tasks. I had a lot of trouble deciding the pattern for this page. I think I changed it 2 or 3 times, which is why, of course, I like to do all my layouts in pencil first. But I really like how this one turned out. I think it looks really pretty. For some reason, those stripes kind of remind me of Charlie Brown, but that's okay. It's really hard to make the straight lines without a ruler, but it was just kind of awkward to do those tiny little lines with a ruler, so I decided to freehand it, so they're not very straight. But the journal pages don't have to be perfect because it's just a personal thing, so don't feel like every page has to be absolutely perfect. So here we are, moving on to my mood chart. I love it because I can look back and reflect and I can see how things are going in my life as far as my moods and even just my stress levels, and I know if I need to sit down and make changes to my life. And it's fun too, just getting to fill in these boxes every day. This one I thought the pattern was kind of fun. I sort of regret the title. I don't really like the way I did the title of this page, but that's okay. But I really love the pattern that I used. It is really fun and visually appealing. I didn't have as many moods last time, and I found like that definitely women are far more complicated than just a couple of options. So yeah, I've given myself a lot more mood options. I was thinking that I should go through and do a moon tracker and see if maybe, you know, the moon affects my moods, which I heard is possible. And then I'm just going to write notes that also anything that may have affected my mood during this month. So this is my sleep tracker, and I really think it's important to track sleep because sleep is important for many reasons, and of course it's very important for your health. So I also thought that it would be good to not just track my sleep but also track any napping patterns. I really like having a meals chart because it really helps me to decide ahead of time without the stress just what I'm going to be making for my family. And this also helps me with my grocery list so I can look ahead and I know what I need to pick up from the grocery store. And it kind of saves me money because when I go grocery shopping, it's sort of a guessing game, not knowing really what I'm going to be making, but hoping that I've got enough of what I might need. So this way I'm buying only exactly what I need and none of it will end up going to waste. Next is my habit tracker, which is also my work tracker. I've combined them. So not only am I tracking just, you know, social habits, personal habits, but it also helps to keep me on track for work because I work from home, and obviously we would all like to be a little more productive when it comes to getting work done. So definitely found that creating this habit tracker helps me stay more on track with sort of my work goals for the week and for the month. This was one of those pages that I changed the pattern for a few different times as well. I really love this brush calligraphy look that's really in style right now. I'm kind of obsessed, so I've been doing it basically on every single page. But I think it's pretty, I think it's very on trend right now anyways. Did a workout chart last month, which of course I did not end up using because I hurt my back. But I thought instead of tracking the amount of working out that I am doing, I'll just try to track the days that I actually work out. We'll start there, and when I get more into it and more committed, then I will start tracking how many minutes I work out a day. And it can be more like a goal chart then. But for now, I'm just going to try to at least get a few minutes in every day and just make it a habit. This is an old stencil from one of my dad's kits from, he is an engineer and I think he was using it for drafting, but it's mine now. So I thought it was great for my layouts. I actually had a lot of trouble coming up with a pattern for this page. I came across somebody who does, she paints patterns and they were really beautiful, so I kind of thought I could convert it into a pattern for my journal layout, so I'm glad that worked out. For my goals page, I'm going to set some more generic long-term goals. And for my wish list, in all honesty, it's more of a shopping list than anything. It's just to remind myself the kind of things that I want when I have money to spend. I probably should have used a ruler when I was doing this layout. It would have been so much nicer and cleaner had I used the layout, or used a ruler, I mean. I have no idea why I didn't use one for this layout. I don't remember, but it still looks good. So now onto my weekly schedule. I prefer to have a whole week on one page. I know some people do 1 week per 2 pages. I just like to kind of have it more condensed. This way I can kind of get a good idea of the following week as well on the same page. It was really hard to come up with a pattern for these 4 weeks. I skipped the beginning of this month because I started the layout kind of late, so I just started the weeks for the week that I was on. And I didn't want to go crazy and do a pattern for the entire page, though I could have, but I kind of wanted it to still be more clean than anything. I didn't want a really busy page. So I ended up just doing patterns just in a piece of the layout. I switched up the pen that I'm using for this layout. Last time I used a Stampin' Up dual tip pen, but this time I'm using a Staedtler fine tip marker, and I have to say I can't say I like one more than the other. They're both really great. Doing the weave ended up kind of more complicated than I thought it would be. I thought it would be pretty straightforward, this weave pattern, but I messed up so many times. A little trick, if you do mess up, I ended up just using a white gel pen to cover up my mistakes. You can also get whiteout pens that would work too. So that's my layout. I'm just going to go through all the pages one by one again with you so you can see them all completed. I have to say I am very proud of this layout. I love patterns and I think it looks great. I'm not really sure what I'm going to do next month. I think I will do a weather theme because they say April showers brings me flowers. So I might do April showers and weather related, and then for May I'll do flowers and foliage and things like that. So I hope you enjoyed this. Feel free to leave me any comments or questions you have. Check out my blog and my website. And until next time, happy journaling.